All right, hello. I am here with Miss Janelle Bingham. And Janelle, will you please let our audience know who you are and a little bit about your company and your background?
Okay. My name is Janelle Bingham, and I'm a speech-language pathologist, and I own a private therapy company called Beyond Words Therapy. And I also have a position with Gwinnett County Public Schools where I work with adults 18 to 22, and we work on functional skills. We try to prepare them for the workplace if possible, and if not, go ahead and transition them into day treatment programs so they're just not sitting at home all day. So that is my passion, is working with adults and children with disabilities.
Awesome. Thank you. So you were absolutely in the right place. Again, with my works, our goal is to support special education leadership. And with that leadership piece, we recognize the self-care. We recognize inclusion and equity are not buzzwords, but necessary to make our companies better and to also recognize where we fit in these companies and how we create our own to do the work that we want to do the way we want to do it to impact the community the way we know our community is impacted. And so I'm excited for your business ventures and the work that you're doing for Gwinnett County. One of the things that I really wanted to talk through is, as you were pivoting, COVID has made all of us do a different dance. And I want to talk to you about the structures that you had in place before COVID, and then some of the pivots you had to make when the pandemic hit. So talk to me about your structures. How do you do your 9 to 5? Whatever those hours really are. And then how do you schedule out your business to make sure that you're getting everywhere you need to be?
So luckily, my hours for my, as I call it, my W-2 job, is 6:40 to 2:10. So right after that, I do home health. So most of the kids that I see, I go into the homes or I go into the daycare. And I like to provide for my community that I feel like the parents necessarily don't have access to bringing them into a clinic. So I like to be able to say, hey, I'm going to come see you in your natural environment. So don't worry about the fact that you don't have a car or you don't have money for Uber. I'm coming to you. So you can never say that you can't get those services. So that's how everything was set up. So I would hustle. I mean, I work long hours, but that's what I would do, the W-2, and then I would go and do Beyond Words Therapy afterwards.
Okay, fantastic. And you
therapy in a bag. Therapy in a bag.
Yes.
So I really feel like just with COVID, like I said, before I was a therapist and I worked out, out of a bag. So I had to transition into teletherapy. So it's kind of awesome because I had to learn, the Zoom thing. Cause I mean, I'm like a dinosaur. I mean, so I had to learn the whole Zoom thing, and then I had to get creative. So like, what activities can I pull from and platforms can I use so that my kids are able to actually be engaged on Zoom? So I think it's just so many things out there now that are being created that I don't think anyone going into our field will have a problem. So I think you can decide, is teletherapy going to be your thing, or do you want to see people in person in a clinic or in the homes? So that's the thing about our profession. We can just do so much with it.
Okay, so you talked about your business. You talked about your W-2 position. Now you have your own little family. And so how do we balance all this, and what do you do to take care of Janelle so Janelle can do the things that she needs to do?
So, and I've always liked to work out. So that's my biggest escape, especially like when we initially had the shutdown and everybody was home. I just had to take that time, being the dog. We would just go for long walks, and I mean long, like 4 or 5 miles. I just to go to clear my head, listen to music, because I know, like, if I you can't pour from an empty cup, right? You just can't. You can't give anything. So I felt myself getting overwhelmed because it's like the kids had school, I had work, you know what I mean? Initially at the time, you know, my husband was going back and forth to chemo. So, you know, I was a caregiver. So I just really had to exercise was the biggest thing. And then another thing, you know, most of my crew. So, you know, like, for example, Felicia lives in Charlotte. She was like, let's meet in Charleston. Let's meet at the park and have some ice cream. You know, just taking that break and having your friends to talk to. That was like huge. And then another one of my girlfriends, Erica, you know, Erica Lewis, she was like, look, you need to talk to somebody. So that has been big. So therapy, like for myself, and I got it for my kids. Like we all getting ready to go talk to somebody because this right here is crazy.
It's real.
So we all talk to somebody every other week.
Good.
No shame in my game.
That is awesome. I'm working on.
I found me a Black female, and again, gained a great rapport with her. We have a wonderful relationship. She found me a Black male for my son, a Black female for my daughter. Like, yeah.
I love it. That is awesome. Like a family for therapy, honey. That is real. That has been a huge game changer for myself as well. And, I'm hoping to do some family stuff with my parents because I have aging parents.
That's good.
And that's big.
It's huge. And again, too, I think like so many people had to go from going in person, right? So you got to schedule an appointment. You got to figure out your time. Can I get here before I get off work? I got this to do. I mean, it's just a blessing that teletherapy is like a big thing now. I have never seen my therapist in person. We are on Zoom all the time.
Therapy matters. You mentioned exercise. So have you gotten some structure? You did a race yesterday.
Yes, girl, I did.
It'll be like you when I grow up.
Okay, so that's another thing. The exercise. So I joined in my county. We have like Gwinnett Women's of Color. It's a group, and so we have a subgroup, and so we focus on exercise. So it's awesome because it's a sounding board. So that's what this girl wanted to do a 10K, and I was like, I'll do it with you. And so we rally behind each other. Like now we're in a challenge who gets the most steps. So it's motivating when you have people that you're doing it with. Because I think if I had to do it by myself, I think another one too is not being afraid to ask for help. I wanted to say that because I think that's huge. I was talking to one of my girlfriends not too long ago, and I'm bad. And you probably are too, Dr. Jones. Like, you know, we feel like we got to do it all. And that was one thing that I had to learn during the pandemic. If I need help, I'm going to ask for it. If it's, you know, I just have to, because I'm always like, no, I got it. So I think asking for help as well is another big one.
Can you talk me through when your vacation, your single vacation, your I gotta go, just that I gotta go moment? Because that was so beautiful to me. I
love that. Like now my little single vacations include like, you know, a girlfriend or two, but I love it. Like we just chat like, you know, what do you want to do? And we'll figure out something. Okay. And of course, obviously during COVID, I mean, none of us wanted to fly. So it might be something as simple as let's drop to Richmond and check on one of our other girlfriends, or let's meet at the beach. Like this summer, you know, my mom, you know, she lives by herself. So when I was talking to Felicia, let's have a mother-daughter beach trip.
Nice.
So just go for like a day or two. Of course, it's a lot I got to prepare before I leave because, you know, I want to make sure, you know, the kids and everybody are straight. But yeah, I mean, that's what I try to do. And I just need that time to just, I don't know, just kind of get to myself and meditate and just revive. And then I can go back and do it again.
Yes. So you've mentioned, I mean, exercise, meditation, therapy, like these are all things that people read about and not everybody does.
No, but they don't.
To me, it works. This is real for you. And I would say you're a success story on why these things work to make your life work. You can show up and you can be effective in the places that
right.
And that makes a huge difference. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You are officially
for asking me.